Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi kicked off a two-day official visit to Qatar on Tuesday upon an invitation, a formal invitation from the Gulf countries' Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Presidential spokesperson said the visit is the first by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to Qatar in order to discuss with Emir Tamim the bilateral cooperation between the two countries. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phono with Her Excellency Ambassador Wafaa Basseem, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good morning, Your Excellency Ambassador Basseem.
Good morning, dear.
It's really a great honor to have you with us over the phone. Ambassador Basseem, could you give us your insight concerning the importance of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's visit to Qatar upon an invitation from Emir Tamim?
Of course, it's an important visit for different reasons. The first, and as you said, it's not only upon an invitation of the Emir of Qatar, His Highness Tamim bin Hamad, but also as a return to the visit that inaugurated what we could call the comeback to the relations between the two countries after a series of very intensive consultations, constructive dialogue to overcome the, I would say, the tepidness in the relations of the two countries for several years. Emir Tamim was here in June, and it was after a long preparation that started last September 2021 with the holding of the Joint Commission on the relations between the two countries. Now we're receiving this brotherly invitation. President Sisi started his visit yesterday. This visit is meeting with a great interest on the part, of course, of the Arab world, the public opinions, but also the Arab press in both countries and in all the Arab world, and the international press as well. We have seen reports, interesting reports, and follow-up on the part of many European countries who are interested in the situation in our region and the developments that are taking place.
Yes, we are expecting, as the presidential spokesperson, Ambassador Bassam Rodi, said, we're expecting signing agreements and cooperation deals concerning energy and agriculture sector. So what do we expect from to be signed some of the memorandum of understandings or joint agreements between the two countries?
Of course, the economic volley and the investment volley between the two countries is one of the most important files that will be considered between the two leaderships. And just a look at the composition of the high-level Egyptian delegations accompanying His Excellency President Sisi would show the importance of that part, especially if we know and we take into account that the total of the Qatari investment until now in Egypt is approaching $5 billion. And there is a view, or there is an expectation that will many joint companies will be established in the very near future to increase the investments, the Qatari investments in Egypt, maybe 3 or 4 times more than this amount I just mentioned. We have cooperation, of course, in the field of energy, renewable energy, considering, of course, the international crisis that is facing the whole world as a result of the military conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and the approach of winter. There is the role of the private sector and the private-public partnership in economic and investment. This morning, the President has met with a group of Qatari business people in his residence in Doha to discuss also the perspectives and the possibilities of closer cooperation. I want to mention in here, because that part of the economic cooperation, expected economic cooperation, has been covered by the previous speaker to your program, and very well covered. I want to add the political part also to this visit. It comes within the series of efforts done by Egypt to close the Arab ranks, to go back to a unity, an Arab unity based on common interests, and to face common challenges such as combating terrorism, extra boundaries, organized crime, the conflicts in the Middle East, especially the Palestinian issue, where Qatar and Egypt are playing an important role in the field of the reconstruction of the Gaza Strip. There is also the preparation for a very important Arab event, which is the Arab Summit in Algeria, and the many issues there like Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Yemen, Sudan, and so on and so forth. We are also facing an important challenge, which is the climate change, not only on the technical or economic level, but also on the politicization of this existential problem or issue or challenge that is facing the whole world in light of Egypt holding COP27 next November.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Basseem, you've mentioned the investment, which is a very important point in this meeting between President Sisi and Emir Tamim in Qatar. The volume of investment between the two countries, especially since many economic trade and investment agreements are signed between the two countries in this during this visit by President Sisi?
Well, as I just told you, if you look at the composition of the delegation that is going to Qatar, you will see that that part of attracting investment, creating the best climate for investors from Qatar, but also from other parts of the world, are on the agenda of the two leadership. Don't forget the importance of the Egyptian community living in Qatar in being an example of the close cooperation between the countries and the role they could play in marketing for the important projects for investment that are now representing a great opportunity for any investor to come to Egypt. The continuous effort on the part of the Egyptian government to improve the climate and the environment for investment, whether on the technical level, on the customs level, or on the financial and legal framework to facilitate the entry of new investors and to enhance the presence of actual investors to work in Egypt.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Basseem, from the agreements and the commercial agreements and the memorandum of understandings that are expected to be signed is an agreement regulating the employment of the Egyptian workers in 1974, the agreement for trade exchange, economic and technical cooperation and investment promotion, also a cooperation agreement in the fields of scientific research, media, culture, also in the field of youth and sports. So how do you see this?
I see it very timely, as we should not forget that Qatar is going to hold the Cup, the World Cup, the Football World Cup in its edition of 2021 that will be held this year due to COVID-19 and other problems. It will be also held in November. This is an opportunity, definitely, and I'm sure that many Egyptian workers are contributing to the preparation of the state of Qatar to receiving those millions of people who are coming to attend this most important sportive event that is opening the way also for an important exchange of youth between the two countries, whether at this level, at the sportive level, but also at the preparation of the new generations of leadership in different domains, whether it's economic, whether it's scientific, whether it's education. All of these memorandum of understanding or agreements that will be signed during the visit and implemented under the close follow-up of the executives in the two countries, I think they are opening important and hopeful, bright perspective in the relations. I think there will be also a coordination for the summit on education that is going to be held by the United Nations just before the opening of the General Assembly on the 19th of September, and in this month, very soon. So this close coordination, consultation that is taking place is very important for both countries to harmonize their positions.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. I really had the honor to have this phone with you, Ambassador Wafaa Basseem, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of The Breakfast Show. I was in the company of my colleague Shireen Adel. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.